Sorry about that cut, but I found the two people that interested Deku the most was Colleen Staffield and Jeremiah Godwood. I think that's his name. Goddenwald, I believe. I don't know. But he found interest in these two people's abilities. Jeremiah's ability to have complete control and metamorphosis of his body, shaping his body into weapons that are mere indestructible. And Colleen's ability to pretty much have near perfect gymnastics abilities, and her quirk was steady aim, pretty much making her the perfect sniper. As after he would talk to these people the most, he would make them his right hand group. Pretty much his right and his left hand. Putting Jeremiah second in command and Colleen in third. And Colleen is the captain of the Special Forces Squad, and Jeremiah is the overall general of the entire group. As Jeremiah would also instruct people to go out and get new recruits and training them. But now we approach Deku in his third year in middle school. As this happens, Deku in the middle of class would get a call as he would ask the teacher to be excused. The teacher saying yes, as Bakugo would get a little suspicious of this, as Deku would proceed to go to the restroom to take the call. Deku being a little antsy because it's Jeremiah, and Jeremiah never calls unless it's an emergency. Jeremiah, on the call, says that Colleen has run into some trouble and is requesting some backup. Do you think you can make it? Deku thinks for a second and says, I'm in the middle of school, but send out 3 of the projects, the Mark III projects we've been inventing. And the projects that they've been building are prototype robotic enhancement suits. The enhancement suits are suits that are able to boost people's strength, speed, reflexes, thinking time, as well as they have equipped armor and weapons. The armor is pretty much near as strong as Damascus steel, but not as strong as the strongest metal in the world, tungsten. It's a close second though. And the weapons pretty much have non-lethal weapons such as stun guns, tear gas canister launchers, which are the ones used for training, and the lethal ones, which are the Mark III projects, which have Gatling guns on the wrist that pop out, and they have a small potted grenade pop-out system on the back, which flare over the shoulders to launch out projectiles as decoys or as a direct hit to disable others or to destroy armor. Which Deku would say, send out 3 Mark III projects and send out 1 training Mark project just in case. As Jeremiah would say, yes sir, and they would send them out. Deku's saying this might be trouble if I have to send out the Mark III's projects and a training Mark project. As Deku would call his head engineer and would ask if they can make a new Mark project. Them asking what they want it to be, and he says a stealth suit with stealth abilities on it. They would be fascinated that he came up with a new idea right off the spot. And they would be they would try to fix it up as best as they can, and they would get a testing right away. Deku ended the call, sighing, thinking to himself, this is going to be a long day. After the school day, The 10 months of training would begin, but for Deku, he's currently running his underground group, which currently is on watch list for heroes, as a potentially dangerous or potentially allying group of misfitted quirk users and quirkless people, which the quirkless people run the tech, such as the overhead satellite, which they have currently hacked into and is using as overlay of the entire world, as well as hacking into facilities and laboratories to spy on new tech and discoveries they're finding, to use as their own, and to refine it even better if they can. Deku would be training with the Training Mark project, setting its difficulty to the highest it can go, getting a good workout, but barely defeating it, as he would come out covered in tear gas, as well as 2 taser prongs stuck in his back, and 3 stuck in his arm and leg. He would just rip him out as he was walking out of the room, as Jeremiah and Colleen would ask if he was okay, him saying yes, and what's the status report that you needed to talk to me about. Them telling him that All Might is getting close on their trail, and they need to find a new location. As Deku would think to himself, saying this is the perfect time to test out that new vehicle they wanted to try. As Deku would call up one of the scientists, asking if now's the perfect time to use that new vehicle they wanted as a new base. The scientist saying, yes, actually, we built this just in case the heroes were on our tail. Deku saying, perfect, get everything loaded up onto it, we're abandoning this area, and we're going to we're going to be using that vehicle. As soon as everything was loaded, his group, Jeremiah, Colleen, and one other person, would meet up with Deku and would lead him to the new vehicle. And it was a nuclear class submarine, which, if you don't know how big those are, they pretty much run on a nuclear powered engine, pretty much. It's that big, it's very big. And that's where they're going to be working on their new projects. Their new projects are going to be, well, difficult, because they're developing a new stealth suit, as well as a camouflage suit, which the camouflage suit is going to be like active camo, so able to turn invisible or match with the area it's going to be around. As Deku would say, good work on the project, but try to add a little bit of stealth-like weapons to it. As one of the scientists will come up and say, we've added a suppressed gun-type like weapon to it that shoots out darts with a sleeping-type drug in it, knocking them out for as long as needed. Deku would ask how long the effect can last at a maximum, the scientist saying up to 2 days. Deku would say, perfect. Now what's the design look? As they would pull up the design on a computer, Deku looking at it and questioning him, why does it have a tail and horns and spikes all over it? The scientist saying that their design expert said that it would look better as his outfit, because for some reason he was addicted to making lizard and dragon mix type outfits. Deku face palming, saying, fine, but I'm not wearing that thing. I'd rather wear the active camo one. The scientist kind of laughing and then saying, okay, we'll understand. We'll add some of the same weapons to the active camo one, but the active camo one's going to have a little bit more fun geared to it. Deku would say, that's fine, just hurry up and get these projects finished, and try to develop a heavy and big machine as the Mark 10 project. The scientists are all in shock, asking why he wants to do a Mark 10 project, even though they did a Mark 4 or even a Mark 9 project yet. Deku's saying this project is going to be a powerhouse to counteract All Might. Not to kill, but to defend against him. Them all thinking that it's a smart idea, and that they need to get on it right away. As Deku would say, as Deku would look at them scrambling to get their gear together to design a plan. Deku would walk up to Jeremiah and Kaleem and ask if they have any plans for today. Jeremiah is saying he has a lot of paperwork to do, and he also has to go train the new recruits, so he's going to be busy all day today. Deku saying that's fine as he looks at Kaleem and asks if she has plans as well. Kaleem says that she's going to be taking the special ops team to go on a scouting mission to try and figure out what the heroes' plans are, and if they're going to try and raid our old base, and see if we should set up some disabling traps. Not permanent disabilization, just knockout traps. Deku's saying that's fine, just make sure not to get caught because the active camo suit isn't ready, and I can't sneak you out if you do. Them saying that's fine, as they would disappear to go on their mission. Deku just standing there, just thinking to himself, I finally did it. Mom, I finally can avenge you, and I can actually start up what I've been wanting to do. As Deku would take one of the boats that they have on reserve to go back and forth from the submarine, as he would take it to shore and hide it somewhere on a secret offshore base that they set up just for such an occasion. Deku walking out as no one was there, as he would just walk along the beach, as he would hear a discussion between two people. It was All Might and Night Eye. Night Eye saying that he needs to find a successor quick before the remaining of your quirk runs out and you aren't able to use it anymore. All Might saying, I know this, but who should it be? As Deku, ignoring the rest of this conversation, would just walk off to go to the store and get some food. And this is where I'm going to leave it off. There's already a ship set in place, so the question I'm going to ask is, do you guys want another part? Or not another part, what other series do you guys want? And what other kind of what if should I do? I also don't mind doing other anime what ifs, such as DxD, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Dragon Ball, Arfatura, Overlord, any other kind of anime series you can think of. I will do a series on that, as well as Accelerator, Railgun, certain Magical Index, anything. I mean, you think of it, I'll do it. So this is where I'm going to leave it off, and this series was recommended to me by someone. I will shout them out in the next video because I just forgot their name, and if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You know who you are. You're getting a shout out. Congratulations, man. I'll pin you in the comment if I get your name. And I hope you enjoy this series for recommending it to me, man. This is actually going to be an interesting series for me. And I hope I play it out to your liking. So, yeah. Have a good day, and if I'm able to get to 100 subs, I will link a Discord into my video for my 100 sub special, as well as a special idea for 100 subs. But that's only if I'm able to get to it. So let's try and rush that. Well, see you in the next video.